Good evening, everybody. This is day 16 of my YouTube video, Getting Past My Fears. And I kind of want to come on today and talk a little bit about positivity and trying to see the best outlook on different things. I'm not saying that, I do find the best outlook on everything. I try my hardest. But I wish there was more people in this world that would slow down, enjoy the littlest things, and try to not be so stressed and so irritable, because it just seems like there's so many people in this world that are impatient, don't want to even be happy about the littlest things, and they're just so grouchy. And I guess I just kind of wanted to come on here and discuss this issue that I had. It's been probably almost a month and a half ago. But I got back from Maui and I was going to watch my granddaughter, so I got in that late that night and got to my hotel. But the next morning I got up to get into my car, it totally was acting up. It totally was acting crazy. Making weird noises. Wasn't even sure if it was the battery, so I called AAA. They came out to look at the battery. The guy did the battery, got it running, and I was so excited. So of course I thanked him, and he was such a nice guy. Very nice. And he left, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go back into the hotel and let them know that I'm leaving, because I checked out of my room, and I came back to get in my car, and literally my car wouldn't even go in gear. And I'm like, I don't understand why my car won't go in gear. This is not even making sense. It's running, but why won't it go in gear? So I literally called my son and kind of tell him about what's going on, because I've been on the phone with him back and forth. And he goes, well, call that guy back and see if there's any way he can come back and look at it for you, which I did. Very nice kid. Ended up saying, yeah, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Don't worry about it. I don't have a call, so I can be back. Came back, literally lifted it up and tried to do this manual thing to get my thing to go in gear, and we couldn't even get it. So he ended up telling me that I need to get it towed. And so he goes, you're going to have to call another AAA guy, which I did, and I was very grateful for. And the AAA guy came out, and for him to tow it, he said, we have to get it in gear. And I'm like, well, I don't know how we're going to do that, because it won't even go in gear. He said, I know how to do it. I do this all the time. He got in and did it manually. It took 3 or 4 times to get it onto his truck, and he was so good about doing it. Such a nice guy. His name was Lewis, and he was a nice guy too. I feel like God always sends the nicest people for me whenever I'm having a bad time. And so I got in the truck with them. We went to the dealership, because the dealership was close by, and this is up in Cleveland, and I don't even live in Cleveland, but this is an hour and 20 minutes away from me. And so we went to this dealership to take my car to have it seen, and I literally walk in, and me and the tow guy, and we're here to, have my car seen. And the guy looks at me and he goes, I don't even know when that's going to be. And I said, what? He goes, I don't really know when we're even going to be able to get it. We're so backed up. I don't even know how this is going to be. And normally I would have oh my God, got upset, but I was like, okay, I got to make the best of this, and I got to figure this out. And so the tow truck driver goes to go out to get my car off, and I walk out and I said, hey, what would it cost you for me to pay you to have you take it to the dealership that I actually deal with? And it's an hour and 40 minutes away. And he goes, let me call my boss. So he tried to call his boss. His boss said he had 2 more people after me, and that he wouldn't even be able to do it till later. And I was like, forget it. We're just going to leave it here. We're just going to make the best of it. So he takes it off. They get it. They check it. I have to go over and get a rental car. So in the process of trying to do that, I get back, to get the stuff out of my car because I had my luggage and stuff and everything, and put everything into my rental car and left there. And long and behold, the guy that told me that I wasn't probably going to get my car back for who knows when, and I have a rental car for, I don't know, a week or two, got back to me the next day, which I was totally blown away by, and said that they basically put a new battery in it. And I said, but it's only like a couple years old. I don't understand why I'm getting a new battery. And he said, your battery was really low. That's what ended up being it. That's all we really could determine. And I said, okay, so now, like, give me what it's going to be, because I'm already, like, thinking, oh, great, you know, this is probably going to cost me an arm and a leg for the battery, blah, blah, blah. And he said it was free. I was like, started crying. I said, are you joking me? He goes, no, it's free. And I still don't know exactly if I got it free or if it was like a warranty thing. I'm not even sure, but to me it was like God blessing. Like, I literally started crying on the phone. The guy probably thought I was crazy, but I didn't care, because after all that day and all that stress and all that stuff, trying to handle it all by myself, which I did way better than I thought I would, because normally I freak out and I cry and I get upset, which I only cried to my son once, so that was pretty good. It all turned out good. It all turned out good. And so I only had my rental car for like a day and a half, and basically took that rental car back and got my car back. And what I'm trying to go with is, like, this could have been a disaster. Some people could have handled it very bad. Some people could have been really mad when they got to the dealership and said, are you joking me? Like, you're going to have my car for how long? And, like, would have freaked out on them. And it's just, things like that are just so, like, not worth it anymore. And I don't really feel like you should ever be hard on a place that really are so busy and they can't even help it, and the guy can't help it. He's just telling us what his dealership has to deal with because they have so many cars in right now. But all in all, it ended up being a good day, and it all ended up being positive. I felt like every single person that was led to my life was positive, and it all turned out to be good. And those were the days that I thank the universe and thank God for being with me and watching over me, and just totally knowing that they got my back. And I am so grateful, and I just wish, like you say, that there was more people in this world that would see things and see life like that, because it's the things like that that we sometimes take for granted, or we get impatient, or we get upset, or we would have been really mad at the dealership, or I would have been really mad because I would have had to call the second guy because I thought the first guy would have been fine about handling it with the battery, but it ended up not being the battery. It ended up being where I guess the battery was so dead that it wouldn't even get into gear, which I didn't know that at the point in time. But, the second guy came out, and I could have got so upset because it took him 3 or 4 times to get it up on the ramp, but I didn't care because I was just grateful. I was grateful for every single thing that day that happened to me, even though it was a disaster, even though it was crazy, even though it ended up being a long day, and I was supposed to be watching my granddaughter all day, which that, thank God, turned out okay. My son was home from work and could be with her, but all in all, sometimes those bad days, even though they seem like they're bad, end up being such a learning lesson, feeling like I need to deal with everything positive the best I could in the bad situation. And anyways, I just wanted to come on here and just kind of talk about this today, because I feel like I wish there was more people that would see it more like that, and not be more negative and be down and be more depressed and be more like, feel sorry for me and look what happened to me and everything just goes bad for me in my life. And things like that you just should never go saying or doing, because it's almost like you manifest it, and you shouldn't do that. You should just always, even if it is a bad situation or a hectic or a wild situation, you should make the best out of it, and just always be as positive as you can be. I mean, yeah, maybe you do get frustrated, but try to keep it to yourself, because people don't really need to hear that, and you know, they don't need to deal with it too. So all in all, I just kind of wanted to come in here and talk about like trying to be more positive, and I really hope that this world will get more positive and more people will be more positive. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are positive, but I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk about my issue and how I tried to make it out to be the best that I could that day, and I'm so grateful. So anyways, keep it positive, everybody, and I just wanted to come on here and just put a little video on, and I'm getting a little bit better about talking and being more looking at the camera and not so fearful, and actually kind of being excited about coming on and doing these. So anyways, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for listening to me. And like you say, you'll see on some of my end of my videos my phone number, so if you want a session with me or you like to be working with me or anything, I can give you the information. So anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and I love you all, and thank you so much for listening to my videos and my YouTube. So have a great evening. Love you. Bye.